Hello. Today, I would like to speak with you about something that many of us at some point in time in our lives have done. That was not necessarily intentional, but because of something that we aspired to do, maybe a dream that we had, or a vision that we had, or a business that we wanted to go into, and that did not come to pass. Possibly because we got too busy with other things that life brought upon us, or we couldn't get financing for it, or we couldn't find anyone to really work with us and help us to support it. And we tend to blame God, or have at one point in time in our life blamed God for something that did not necessarily go our way. My topic today is blaming God for busted dreams. My scripture reference comes from 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 24 and 25, and also 2 Kings chapter 7, verses 1 through 3, and also from the New Testament text, James 1, 5 through 8. In 2 Kings 6 24 and 25, it says, "Sometime later, King Benadab of Syria called his entire army together. Then they marched to Samaria and attacked it. They kept up the attack until there was nothing to eat in the city. In fact, a donkey's head cost about 2 pounds of silver, and a small bowl of pigeon droppings cost about 2 ounces of silver." And so one day, the king of Israel was walking along the top of the city wall, and a woman cried out to him about a problem that she was having. And she said to him, help, asked him for help. "Please, your majesty, help me." And of course, he knew the situation of the city, how that there was really nothing he felt that he could do. And he said to her, "Let the Lord help you." The king said, "Do you think I have grain or wine to give you?" Then he asked, "What's the matter anyway?" And of course, she went on to explain what her situation was and everything, but there was nothing that he could really do about it except to just rent his clothes. And finally, the prophet Elijah showed up and addressed the king and his messenger, and let them know that in spite of the way things looked, God was going to do something great and work things out for the better. And so he said to them in chapter 7 of 2 Kings, verses 1 through 3, he says, "Elisha answered, 'I have a message for you. The Lord promises that tomorrow here in Samaria, you will be able to buy a large sack of flour or 2 sacks of barley for almost nothing.' But the chief officer there with the king replied, I don't believe it. That's impossible. Even if the Lord sent a rainstorm, it couldn't produce that much grain by tomorrow." And then Elijah said to him, "You will see it happen, but you won't eat any of the food," Elisha warned him. So many times when we have desires before God and they do not come to pass, we have been just like this officer. We lost our faith in the ability of God to accomplish whatever that thing was. But when you do that, the only thing that it does is causes it to be prolonged, or it will come to pass, but it will be for someone else, and you will not be able to partake in it because you did not have the faith to believe that God could really do it. James 1 5 and 8 says, if any of you lack wisdom to do the thing that you would like to accomplish, if you don't really know how to get started, that you truly can ask God for wisdom on how to do it. It says, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally. He makes no difference in anyone. He supports anyone that will come to him in faith, with the right spirit, and in righteousness. And he will give it to them, it says. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavers is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord, because a double-minded person or man or woman is unstable in all of his and her ways. So don't get in a habit of blaming God for busted dreams. Just get up and try it again and trust in God that he wants what you want as long as it is righteous. When you make your request known to God, you must believe that it will come to pass. It may take hard work, and you may fail, and a time or two, that is, but do not give up on your dreams. Just try again. If what you request is righteous and truly in the will of God, he will help you by putting people in your path that will support it and help you to be successful in whatever that desire is. If what you request is truly with a believing faith, God is in it with you every step of the way, and he won't fail. But if you have the spirit that this particular chief officer of the king had, you can look to not see that desire come to pass. Trust God. Trust him again and again. Work hard. Trust God. Believe him. It will happen for you. Could very well be tomorrow. God bless you.